We are today having the opportunity to look back at 2023, the year in which we especially focused on how we care together for those here in our church community as well as outside of the doors in our Rochester Hills area and over to our international ministries as well. We learned a lot through the year, and we experienced times that were of great joy and also some struggles that we went through together. And I think that's a beautiful vision of how the church is and God calls us to be. And so this is going to be a time in which you will have the opportunity to hear from our staff members as well as many of our congregants here and the things that for them were highlights and the ministries that they were involved in 2023. I wanted to have our start here in Fellowship Hall. This is a meaningful space for both Bruce, my husband, and I as we first met the search committee here in this room on a hot night back in July of 2020. And since that time, it has truly been a joy to see how we have been able to reach out to each other. We first started with our coffee time when we were coming back out of COVID after we'd been here for 6 months, and we put up 4 tables for coffee time. And today, as we had worship together, we had 8 tables that were full of people. The room was bustling with conversation and children and youth and all different ages. And I think that's a beautiful vision of what we're celebrating as we look back at 2023. So thank you for all of your efforts and being part of this faithful community here. And we're excited for 2024 as we have more opportunities to go and to continue to grow in our faith. So watch and learn, and let's be excited together for God's great works.
One of the amazing things that happened at the church this year was the annual garden walk. It was the 23rd annual, and it was kind of special because it's the 200th anniversary of the little Stony Creek Village. So there were a lot of historic things on it, the tour this year, and we got to be one of them, which is really an honor. So there were 7 different gardens in the community, and UPC was one of them. And we have actually 8 gardens on our property, and over 80 parishioners joined together to clean everything up and make everything bright and beautiful and to show people around on the big day, which was June 15th. So we had over 356 people come and tour the church property. A lot of people got introduced to the labyrinth and were encouraged to come back and use it in the future. And we also got to show people around Lawn Ridge Hall, which was amazing. I got to do that, and it was really special. Many people have driven by this property and had no idea about Lawn Ridge and the history of it. So it was really a very amazing time to spend with each other and to reach out to the community at large.
In 2023, Membership Life sponsored the first annual Find and Photo Road Rally in April. 11 teams met at the church, spent 2 hours finding and photographing things in Rochester, such as a bride, a child riding a bike, a moving van, a cider mill, and then a policeman, and then we returned to the church to share a sub-dinner with the group and to collect prizes. Teams had great fun choosing a team name, a themed outfit, solving the clues, and meeting and making new friends. The second annual will be held in April this year, so watch for it. In November, 50 women attended the Women's Retreat, Preparing Your Heart for the Holidays. Our presenter, Mandy McCleary, shared lots of information for us to think about and gave us lots of opportunities to play games, to laugh, and to share with another. Being a UPC-sponsored event, of course, there was also great food and fellowship as well.
Hi, I'm Rob Wilson. The staff, Tricia included, asked me to say a few words about the men's group. And I've been in the men's group for about a year now. I think Don Howe, who's a member of the men's group, said it really well. When I first met him, he said, I want to be in this group because I want to make more friends and I want to get to know more people in the church. And I think if you listen to the media, we men, we are not good at making friends. So I think the beauty of joining something like the men's group, and it's a very informal group, is that you get to know people, men, in an environment that's surrounded by the church. We split our time. Half the time we're at Lawn Ridge. Recently, we did a book, and I don't know what we're going to do in the future, but we always seem to find something to talk about. And then on the other days, we meet at Bravo's up the street and just share a meal and get to know each other. So I think it's been a great opportunity for me to get to know more men in the church, and I like that sort of thing. We've had a number of activities. We had a really nice dinner at one of our members' house. Tom hosted our Christmas dinner. And you know, Trisha's been talking a lot about John Butel, and John was in our group. And Bruce was commenting about how John had mentioned he really valued the friendships that he had made in that men's group. So I think that's an opportunity for all of us to think about that. So if you're thinking about, hey, what else could I do in the new year? You could think, hey, I'll take a run at this men's group, see what it's all about, get to know some of the people in there. We meet on Thursdays around 7 o'clock. Some of us are retired and some of us are still working. But it's a really nice group, and you get to know a number of people in the church. So I look forward to seeing you there.
I like this church and love it because we've never been to a church before, and it has somewhere that we can go as a child. That's why I love this church. I have food, but everything I need because I have to.
Oh, good job. Yeah, I agree with Haven. It's has a great children's program. It's a really beautiful space. But it's about the people for us. You know, it's a really kind environment. It's a supportive environment. Dr. Patricia's sermons are fantastic, and they're very unique and vulnerable, and you know, are really special. So it's really about the community for us.
Absolutely, the community, the welcoming, feeling accepted, no matter where you are and how you come, you're always accepted and welcome. And it's lovely that there's something for everyone here.
Hello, I'm Stephanie McMillan. I'm the coordinator of Faith Formation and Ministry Engagement. A lot of amazing things have happened this year at UPC, and I wanted to share a few. Myself and UPC started to get involved with a local nonprofit called Forever Pride Action. Forever Pride's Action's mission is to help LGBTQ+ youth well-being in our community. Forever Pride Action hosted a Pride Prom and Pride in the Park. I was on the planning committee for both events. A few UPC members volunteered at Pride Prom, and the mission committee donated money. The young adults helped at UPC's table at Pride in the Park. I am also now the treasurer for Forever Pride Action. Our young adult group has been doing a book and video study on one of my favorite books called How the Bible Actually Works by Peter Enns. The conversations that have come from this study have been very good. This is our first year having youth group meet regularly all on its own. They meet twice a month after confirmation class. It has been amazing watching the students grow closer together and learn more about the Bible, as well as the different songs that we sing at church and what they mean. We have 6 students in the confirmation class. This was also our first time after a long period of taking a break of having Vacation Bible School. We had 34 students attend and many amazing volunteers who made this week possible. We also changed the resource room into a second nursery, the room we're in right now, because we needed to increase, we had an increase of the little kids. If you have not checked it out yet, please do. I'm super excited to see what's going to happen next year.
One of the highlights of 2023 for me was getting to attend Thrive with my family every Wednesday. At Thrive, dinner is provided and allows all participants to get to connect with each other while sharing a meal. Not only have I greatly enjoyed getting to know other UPC families, but I really love getting the night off from having to cook. And my kids get to learn about Jesus in the programming that follows dinner through singing, games, and lesson. My kids have a ton of fun and look forward to it every week. I am so thankful for the friendships that they have made with other kids at UPC and the connections that they have developed with the adult leaders. Thrive has been an integral part of making UPC feel like a home away from home for my family. Another amazing part of 2023 for our family was the Summer Vacation Bible School program. VBS was open to kids who attend our church and also other community members as well, and we had a really good turnout this year. It was a great week of learning and fun for all of the adults and kids who participated. Between singing, dancing, doing yoga, playing games, eating snack, and learning about Jesus, it was definitely one of the highlights of our summer. I attended VBS at UPC over 30 years ago, and I have such fond memories. I am so glad that my kids will now have memories of VBS at UPC as well.
Hello, University Presbyterian. I'm Jason Branham, Director of Music here, and I'd like to just read to you this stanza of a hymn from our hymn book. Your Spirit gives us differing ways to serve you well and offer praise. When all are joined as one, we'll be your able, strong community. And I feel like this stanza really summarizes the year 2023. And I'll just lift up some of the ways that we've become an able, strong community. Our worship experience has expanded greatly. We've been able to, on the 5th Sunday of the month when that occurs, have an alternative worship style and format. There's just so many people I need to thank for this year. Nina Flanagan for directing our handbells, and of course Robin Danek, who directs our praise band, who assists here at University Presbyterian, but primarily plays in local congregations out. And Rachel and Kevin Williams have helped me immensely with our different worship styles and introducing new worship music, and I'm so thankful to them. And this year we were able to present a large work at Christmas, our chancel choir, called A Night for Rejoicing, and that was a blessing. This year, our Christian education component has really expanded. Our Thrive program has grown, and we've been able to incorporate the Thrive students into worship. And I'm so thankful to Tracy Mihalik, who has volunteered her time every week and used her skills to lead the children and to teach them this important part of their faith. And this year, while Stephanie is on maternity leave, we will be organizing a musical with the Thrive participants, and we will present that this spring. Our community chorus has also grown. This year we enrolled nearly 60 kids, representing roughly 10 school districts, and we've been able to really get out into the community. And we were thrilled to perform at the Cranbrook Institute of Science for the first time, and we made returning appearances at the Van Hoosen Farm. And we look forward this year to performing again with the Choral Artists of Michigan and performing at Jimmy John's Stadium for opening weekend. So we hope to see you there. All in all, I'm just excited to be part of this faith community, and we've just shared in so many joys this year, and I look forward to 2024. Thank you.
Hi UPC, I'm Wes Hutchison, Coordinator of Communications and Technology here at the church. I'm excited to share with you that it's been a great year for tech ministry. The tech team and I have been working with our new live stream and display systems for about over a year now. We've been able to really enhance in-person worship by projecting lyrics, scriptures, and visuals onto the new displays in the sanctuary. And we've also been able to create much better quality live streams for those who can't always worship with us in person, as well as some who may be new to UPC and want to check out one or two live streams before they come in person. In 2023, the worship committee worked together to get a brand new sound system installed in the sanctuary as well. I'm pleased to announce that this installation was actually completed this past weekend, with today's worship being its first ever use. The main goals of this system are to achieve consistency no matter where you're seated in the congregation, as well as improving speech intelligibility for worship and greatly increasing the quality whenever we have alternative worship styles. I'd like to give a shout out to all the folks who have volunteered on the tech team over the past year. I've been extremely grateful for everyone's willingness to share their talents and serve really as behind the scene worship leaders. Helping out on the video board this year a lot. I really couldn't do this without either of you guys. Kevin Williams and David Johnson, you've both been a great help. Thank you very much for helping out with our live stream. I'd also like to thank some of our soundboard operators over the past year who have really helped out. That would include Don Howe, Roger Frichty, Carl Tisler, and Greg Book. Thank you so much for the different ways that you've served over the past year. You guys have been seriously an amazing help. I'd also like to thank Dr. Caitlin Hargrave, our coordinator of spirituality and proclamation. Caitlin has helped me out with the presentation software, really getting it set up, and she has run it several times for service. So thank you, Caitlin, and to all of the other tech volunteers who have helped out this year.
In 2023, we focused on the theme We Care. And one of the things that we care about here at UPC is our spiritual formation. And there are a few specific things that we want to highlight as we think back over the last year. One of the big things that we did was have an all-church retreat. This was the first time that we ever did this, and we were super excited to have around 30 people join us out at a local camp where we spent the weekend in worship, doing spiritual formation practices, as well as enjoying a lot of time outside and doing other recreational activities. And we are really excited to offer that again in 2024. A couple other things that we offered throughout the year that we want to take a look at is our weekly prayer labyrinth walk that we do Saturdays throughout the school year at 10:30 a.m. We are grateful for the folks that join us as they are able on Saturdays as we practice the rhythm of releasing, resting, and receiving, caring for our mind, body, and spirit. Some other things that we did was we started a grief group called Soul Tending that we have started in the fall and are meeting monthly to look at what does spiritual formation look like in seasons of grief, whether that is grief from loss of a loved one, a job, or whatever else it might be, and really taking care of ourselves well in those seasons. And then finally, a class that we have been doing with our adult faith formation group is looking at the book A Life Worth Living by Miroslav Volf. And so really looking at what does make life worth living? What do we care about? What should we care about? And having a lot of really great discussion around that, which I think ties really well to our We Care theme, as well as we really focus on what matters in life. And so we are just thrilled with what has happened over the course of 2023 and are excited for 2024 as we look at We Go. And we hope that you will join us in a variety of spiritual formation opportunities over the next year.